This will be a how-to video of sorts on taking a 40-foot high cube shipping container, that's a 9.5 foot tall by 8 foot wide shipping container, and turning it into a 1-bedroom apartment, studio, however you would say it. I'm going to try, since I've never actually done a how-to video on anything, capture the important details as it were, because I don't believe there's an actual video out there that gives in-depth perspective on getting a simple, efficient container finished up. So far I've spent $2,700 on the container itself, and I have spent $400 on the 2x4s that will go in it. That was 100 2x4s. I'm building it in an interesting way because I am getting ahead of myself a bit. I really need to cut out the windows and the doors before I do anything, and then frame up around it. But I'm a little impatient. I got ahead of myself, as I normally do. I bought the 2x4s, don't have the electrical setup out here to actually start. So what I'm doing is I'm going ahead with the frame. Now the frame, I was stuck on that for a while because I didn't really know what I was going to do in that regard, or how I was going to effectively attach the 2x4s to the inside of the container. Because it's like 3/16 thick steel. I didn't really want to mess up the outside. I didn't want to drill holes into it, yada yada. But what I've decided to do, I drew all of the inside stud layout in CAD last night. So I'm putting in 8-foot sections with 8-foot 2x4s. I'm building 8-foot sections of the wall, which I'll video putting one of them together. So at this point, I've nailed them all together. I've basically framed around my windows and door openings, whatever, in there. And I am just going to cut the doors and windows out of the building. And then later on, I'm going to just take the 2x4 walls and lay them into the container. They're 8 foot tall, or 8 foot 3 inches tall, technically. The ceiling will be a slight bit dropped, so they'll have, I'll take another basically 8-foot panel of the ceiling and put it on top of the wall sections, nail them all together. That way I will have a little extra room above the ceiling to insulate the roof. And that way it should be very, very well insulated. I'm doing it all myself, so I'm saving a good bit of money. Right now I'm at $3,100 in total cost. With those savings, I'm going to use spray and foam instead of conventional like rolled fiberglass foam or whatever. That will cut my energy costs down significantly in the long haul. It will be cleaner and easier to install. Anyways, we'll have a bunch of spray foam insulation. Is great. So that is my basic game plan as of right now. Hopefully you can see the video of me nailing together the 8-foot sections, and that will help you, that will help you understand the build process a little bit easier. That part was extremely easy. If you're any good at, you have a chop saw, a skill saw, and a nail gun, or even just hammer and nails. I started at 4 o'clock yesterday, and in 2 hours I had half of the building panels done, and I was going slow. It got dark, and that's the only reason I didn't finish it all yesterday. So here we go. This will be the first time-lapse section. So that may have looked like an infomercial, unfortunately, but I forgot my battery for my pass load, so now I have to go all the way back to the house to get it. Also, whoever labeled barbers as non-essential was an idiot. I have a ponytail now, and that's pretty pathetic. Alright, I have all 10 of the wall panels officially nailed up and ready to go inside the shipping container. As you can see behind me, that giant mess of sticks actually makes sense. All I have to do now is do 5 of the ceiling or the roof panels. So they'll be 8 foot by, the shipping container is 8 foot on the outside, so it's a little bit smaller on the inside. So it's like 93 inches inside instead of 96. So I have to cut 5 of those, and then as soon as those go in, I'll show you how that all works together. And hopefully this week, this thing will be studded out inside, windows cut, possibly doors in. A good buddy of mine has a window and door company, and we're trading out some steel targets and such for doors and windows. And hopefully this thing will be able to live in very soon, if it goes as fast as this thing is going so far. So alright, this is the first installment of the shipping container project video number 1. Don't forget to subscribe down on the bottom somewhere, and I'm going to stop recording before my arm falls off from holding this camera up. Alright, see ya.